witnessing multiple drones that were interconnected, with the larger drones operating above the smaller ones acting sort of as legs, all of these drones moving in unison, which suggested that there was interconnectivity between them. And that's something that we're told was not something the intelligence community, the U.S. intelligence community, was really tracking as far as Iran's drone capabilities are concerned. Another source characterizing the pilot's account as describing a minefield of drones. And
the clip you just watched is a report from CNN senior national security reporter, Zach. He's talking about the F-15 that went down in Iran in April. And when the pilot was debriefed, he said that when he ejected out of the plane, he saw a swarm of drones like the shape of a jellyfish with a bigger drone on top and the smaller ones like its legs. And this swarm of drones was responsible for taking down this F-15. Iran has mastered this asymmetric warfare, and that is the day the US decided against boots on the ground in Iran. So that went on towards the ceasefire and the finally signing of the MOU. The MOU is non-binding. Treaties are binding. MOUs are not. That is why it is very sensitive and can be disrupted easily. And it has been disrupted. Please watch this report.
On Saturday, Iran says it hit U.S. targets in the Middle East. Bahrain is the country so far to confirm strikes happened within its borders. The Iranian strikes were in response to an earlier U.S. military strike on Iranian facilities on Friday. Here's a map of where the U.S. hit on Friday. This is not the first time the city of Sirak has been struck. It's been the target of U.S. attacks in the past. And we also have footage released by the Pentagon. Washington says it did this in response to Iran attacking a cargo ship trying to pass the Strait of Hormuz on Thursday. So Thursday, Friday, then Saturday, each day has seen action by one country in response to the other.
According to the MOU, Iran was not supposed to charge any fee from the Strait of Hormuz just for 60 days. However, the US was supposed to coordinate for the ships passing through the straits. The US did not do that. Instead, their ships were hugging the coast of Oman without Iran knowing. And when Iran protested, they did not change course. So eventually, Iran attacked one of the American ships, but they made sure nobody on board was killed. That led to a retaliation from the US, and the US attacked Iran on Friday, and then on Saturday, Iran attacked Bahrain in retaliation, and the same cycle continued on Sunday, where US attacked Iran, and Iran attacked Bahrain and Kuwait. The significance of attacking Bahrain is that over the weekend, US Secretary of State Marco Rubio was also in Bahrain, and he said Iran will never charge any fees from the Strait of Hormuz. This is contradictory to what was understood between the two parties. Now, there is a kind of a double speak in the American administration where Vice President J.D. Vance is sticking to the MOU and Marco Rubio is taking more an anti-Iran, pro-Israel position because Israel wants the war to continue. Why these conflicting narratives from the American administration? I think President Trump is playing to the gallery and he wants to satisfy both his constituencies. 60% of American public is against the war. He's trying to satisfy them through J.D. Vance. And then there's the all-powerful AIPAC and the Israeli lobby, which he's satisfying through Marco Rubio. There is another very important factor that makes this MOU very tricky, and that is Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, who is hell-bent on not withdrawing from Lebanon. Please listen to him for yourself.
The most important thing is that Israel will remain in the security zone. This is a major achievement, and we will maintain it as long as Hezbollah continues to pose a threat to the state of Israel.
Although the fighting has stopped temporarily, but the US needs to rethink its approach towards the MOU. After agreeing to the conditions, the US is trying to renegotiate the terms, and Iran has put its foot down and proven its capacity to close the Straits of Hormuz at any time and bring the international economy to a standstill. However, I see a long-term challenge to the peace in the region. And that challenge is Section 224, the National Defense Authorization Act of the US. If this act is passed, the Israeli and American military-industrial complex will be combined. And there'll be joint weapons production and intelligence sharing. Not just that, the humongous $1.5 trillion defense budget of America, the House Oversight Committees will not be able to ask any questions about where that money is being spent. You're watching Pivot Roundup on Pivot Report. This is Sulaiman Malik. Please don't forget to subscribe.